Hey everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the Success Builders podcast. And today we have with us Sonya McDonald. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. And how are you? I'm so happy to be here
I'm great, thank you very
for
much.
having me.
So where in the world are you calling in from?
I am calling down from United States. I'm in Jupiter, Florida, South
Cool. That
Florida.
it sounds like something from space. Jupiter is a planet.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot of people.
Um, I was actually in Florida a long time ago when I was a teenager. I really enjoyed it. You know, so many things to do. That's where Epcot centers, MGM studios, and all those cool things for kids to do. Florida Keys is
Yes.
beautiful as well. Yeah,
Yeah, the water surrounds you everywhere, so it's really, both sides. We have, the real turquoise water, and just being outdoors a lot is really love being in nature. So it's really nice down
oh,
here.
that's wonderful. Were you affected at all by the recent weather events?
Yes, we had, but luckily my home was not. We had tornadoes within like five mile radius, but we were protected. Got very lucky in our home,
Oh,
but a lot
fortunate,
of
yeah.
people did not, like within 15, 20 miles. So it was we don't usually have tornadoes that big here, but it was
Yeah.
like a 21 mile. It covered quite a distance, almost like out, like in the Iowa or Nebraska or something. It was like not like our normal length of a tornadoes. We had a lot more than normal, but we're good and safe and getting back to normal in
Sounds
the
like something
area.
out of the Wizard of Oz movie.
Yeah, it was really crazy. It was like ping pong. There was like 19 of them that hit down, and we were just like we don't usually have anything like that. We're used to hurricanes and
Yeah.
rain and wind, but not
How
the
does one get
whole.
used to hurricanes?
I don't know, I used to, but I guess you just kind of know how to like prepare and
Yeah.
have your house ready. Then it's
I
like,
was like, oh, just another
I guess
hurricane,
being
right?
through them, we back in 2000, I think it was 2004, we had like four hit within like 3 weeks,
Oh,
and
it's
we lost
crazy.
power through all of them. And so it was kind of like, my daughter was really happy because she didn't have school for like almost 3 weeks. So the kids were very happy, but not so much the parents.
Yes.
Want to get them back to school.
Yeah, kids love staying home from school.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
and mine are the same. We are very interested to hear more about you. I understand that you've been a registered nurse and now you are also a registered life coach. Yeah, we'd love to learn a bit more about your origin story, and how you came to do coaching, and then we want to learn about your coaching business as well. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to share and just love being here to let everybody know a little more about me. Um,
absolute
well,
pleasure
I've
to
been
have
a
you.
nurse for 30 years, and the last 5 or 6, I have not been practicing as a nurse. I still have a lot of all my background with it, and I'm still, yeah, licensed and everything, but not actually working in the hospital. I've developed autoimmune rheumatoid arthritis when my youngest daughter was 1 years old. So I got really, really sick in my 30s, and I wasn't able to work. My husband was having to carry me around. I was falling down a lot. My hands were like this. They were not able to open up, and
Oh,
I had so much physical pain that the inflammation was really a lot. And I also had fibromyalgia at the time, so I was like having nerve pain and physical pain, and it was really depressing, and had a lot of anxiety and depression from it. And so for probably a few years, give and take, I was just on a lot of medications, and that really affected me emotionally, physically. Just did not feel like the person that I was, always active, happy, like full of life. And I just kind of still being a mom, doing all the things, but just not, my mind wanted to do more than my body was letting me.
yeah.
So through all that, I was working through it as a nurse, just working when I could, but it just really took a toll on me. So then I just took off a few years of working, and then COVID hit back in 2020. And when it very first came out, when like probably within the first couple of days when we didn't even know about it, like when they just were starting to find out about it, I developed the high fever and was having all this heart issues and had to go straight to the hospital. And back then it took days to get the test results.
Right, right, yeah.
So I had to go in an double isolation room and be away from my family and didn't know what was going on. And I was having a hard time breathing and I was fighting for my life. And in those days, I was really afraid just to see if I was going to make it or not. And so that's when I turned to just within, I really turned to my higher self and really to God and just started praying and just really finding myself through all that and just hoping that I was going to be, fighting through it. And in that time, my daughter had come in. They let her come in with the mask and gown and all that because they didn't let anybody come in like through the
Yes.
windows. So she was able to come through and see me, and it was her birthday, and that was like a really big moment because I was just like I wanted to get home to my husband and my girls and just all my family, and so I just kind of really just had some inner strength and resilience in me that just started fighting harder and was able to like start, getting through all the medications and was able to turn around from that. It took me about a week in the hospital, but it felt like the longest week.
It would feel like a
And I
month.
didn't, and I
Yeah.
didn't have COVID. And the crazy thing was I didn't have
All right.
COVID.
So what did you have?
I had just a human metavirus. It was just like just a weird virus because of my autoimmune system, but it
Right.
was like, but they don't really know because back then all the tests were kind of crazy with the results of them. So but they had me on like a lot of different antibiotics and treatments for it. So it's hard to know like exactly what the virus exactly was, but it was like worse than anything I've ever had. So I had respiratory therapists and people coming in all the time. So but I was finally able to make it out home, and that's when I really just decided to like take charge of my health. I was always like, as a nurse and knowing all about my health, but really take charge of just eating, like really healthy. I want more, I mean, I always ate pretty well, but I went like more, whole plant foods. And I researched and got into celery juicing. For me, has been a game changer. I'm still to this day, 4 years later, every day having that in the mornings. And it's taken me off like 16 medications. I'm still on a few, but it's taken my fingers from being like this to like having hands that I can like move around and not having like level pain, like a 2 from like a 8, like a daily pain. So I can walk more. And so it's really, really changed my mindset. And I think a lot of it was just not letting the disease, having it for all those years and in the hospital, but not letting it define me and letting it like
Yeah.
limit me to like, oh, I can't do anything. Because I was always feeling like, well, I have this, so I can't do this. No, it's like we tell ourselves these stories, but it's like we still have it, but we can, with a positive mindset, we can really, it's so powerful. It's just such a powerful thing with the mindset. So that's really helped me and it's making me help other. So I went into Tony Robbins. He has a training school in California. So I went online and did that and board certified in transformational life coaching. And that's when I decided I wanted to get, kind of take my nursing background and my health and just help people with their minds and just really help share that we can really not be our limitations and to really help people empower them to not be so afraid because I was really afraid and the darkness can really like just take over you
Yeah.
when you're super afraid of like, am I going to get out or am I going to walk or, and then all the illnesses that you get with the medications or it's, we all get not knowing is uncertainty, So I think just, um, having a better knowledge of that, really helped me to want to help other people, inspire them and then let them help them to be okay with it and not let it, even if you can't, different things that we don't have an idea of what we're going to get at any time, but how to handle it and know that we're going to, get through it. So that's kind of where I'm at with my coaching now. And I wrote in I wrote an anthology book about my chapter about when I was in the hospital. It's called My Unforgettable, and that's been really awesome just to share that with people. So.
That's so cool. So tell us, what is an anthology book exactly?
The anthology book is just this one is we have 16 women writers. We all had shared our stories, different personal stories of hope and resilience, and we all collaborated together in a group. And we each, we had a publisher that She Rises that did our whole publishing of the book. She Rises Studios, and we all got together and we're just sharing our stories together. So it's really nice to be
It's
in a
so
community
powerful.
where you can all share and everybody's got different things that they're working through. So,
Oh, that's so beautiful.
and it was my first one, and we just made international bestseller list last week since we've just got the book out. So it's been doing really, really
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
And we have links to 14 countries. So we have
Yeah.
all the, we have your area, we have down under, we have all all over. So
Oh,
it's
that's so cool. I'll
really
add
fun.
some of the links to the podcast episode. So if anyone wants to grab the book, they'll be able to just click on the link below and then get it delivered.
Oh,
That's awesome.
fantastic. Well, thank
That's
you.
that's such a nice experience to be able to write a book. I remember I did something similar when I was a teenager. I went in a poetry book. I wrote a
Wow.
poem, and it was in a collection of poems from people throughout the world, and then you could order a copy. So, that was really special to have my poem featured along with
Oh,
many
that's
people from
beautiful.
around the world.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
It
amazing.
was a nice thing to experience as a kid. You know. Um,
Yeah, that's a big thing to do as a kid too. That's really awesome that you did that.
Thank you. And yeah, so I'm really, first of all, sorry to hear about everything you went through with your health, and I'm so glad that things are starting to turn around. Do you still have pain today, or are you totally pain free?
Not pain-free, but a lot. I would say it's very limited. Just overdoing things sometimes it can start up, but I
Yeah.
can minimize it. But I was not even walking at all hardly, and I'm up to like 5 miles a day now that I'm like between
Oh,
three
that's
and
a
five.
lot. Yeah, that's good.
And I mean, and after I do that, I'm not like, like hurting for like 4 or 5 days after. I'm able to like recover pretty quickly. So I feel like I'm doing a lot better, the last couple of years since I've been doing all these changes in my, just my eating habits and different things that I've had to really, just certain foods, how they affect my health. So I've learned how to incorporate, different eating habits, and it's, and just mindset and just, it's not turning things out when we get focusing on them too much, where that's really helped the pain a lot as well. But it's living well with the pain. I think it's not as significant. And so I
Yeah, so that
feel
the pain doesn't
better than I
become
did.
the focus of your life, that life is the focus of your life, right?
Yes,
Um,
and I can actually go to my daughter's swim meets and do and
yes.
my daughter's dance things and different things that they do and enjoy them, instead of just feeling like I don't want to get out of the bed. So that was, the depression that takes over when and then
Oh, that's
everybody
right.
sees you on the medications where you're up and down from the side effects of the medications. So it's been really nice not having to take a lot of medications. So
Yeah. And how many kids do you have?
I have two daughters.
Oh, cool. I got three daughters and a son, so
Oh goodness, you
full
beat me.
house. Full
I have a
house.
little dog. I have a dog. I have a little dog too, but
Cool. Dog counts. Dog
a
counts.
little, she's a little baby, but she's the youngest one. She's like the needier one now. They're older now.
This is so cute. So we actually connected over one of your posts about the importance of hydration, and I believe that's one of the things that helped you. I'm a big proponent of that because I also had a bit of a health issue. So I've got a herniated disc in my back, and I found that sometimes I used to get sciatica and I couldn't get out of bed, or I had to lie on my
Mhm.
side. I had really bad circulation. And when I started hydrating properly, this winter, I found that I didn't have any pain actually, and I had good circulation. I could lie on my back, and I didn't have any sciatica. So before I was potentially a bit naughty. I used to drink a lot of soft drinks most of my life, and I didn't
Mhm.
really drink much water. So you can imagine the spinal fluid is not getting what it needs to,
Sure.
you know, basically to support my spine properly because it's just been drinking soft drinks, right? And then I switched to bottled water
Mhm.
and then found out that that's got microplastics in it. And funny enough, bottled water is actually oxidizing. If you measure it on the RP scale, it basically measures how antioxidant or oxidant something is. Bottled water and tap water are actually the opposite of antioxidant, funnily enough.
Mhm.
So, I found that once I started hydrating properly, a lot of my pain went away and I got a little bit of normalcy back in my life, which has been amazing. And I can
That's
actually
huge because herniated
pick up
discs,
my
I've
small
had one
kids and
before.
stuff.
They're very painful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
No,
the
it's not fun.
sciatica. Yeah,
Yeah.
not fun at all. So that's awesome that you're getting that relief from your hydration. That's really amazing.
Thank you. And tell us a bit about your coaching. What sort of clients do you take on? What do you help with? And what does the process look like?
Okay. Well, I pretty much work with men and women, so I'm not like limited to one or the other. I really just help in different age groups, so it's not usually little kids or anything, but pretty much adults. I don't have like a specific cutoff age or anything like that. So it's mainly just my clients are just looking for a lot of them are just in overwhelm or having a lot of fear or they're having health issues. It's kind of a range, it could just be procrastination. It could be negative mindset. It could be just pretty much the whole gamut of that. And I help them to really rise above and really just kind of live a more authentic life and just help them find their purpose and fulfillment in whatever they're looking to, overcome and just, set goals and just be there to navigate and help them to shine brighter and just give them that courage and that empowerment and inspiration. And to work with me, I have my website is just it's just my name, SonyaMcDonald.com. And I'll do a discovery call in there first just to see if we're a good fit, and then we can kind of go from there. But it's pretty easy to to get a hold of me that way.
Cool. And I will put that link in the description as well. So um, most of your coaching is done on a one-on-one basis, or do you do group coaching as well?
I will do group coaching. I don't have a group right now, but I will be open to doing that. Getting enough people together. I've done some little ones in the past, but right now I'm just doing one-on-one.
Okay, cool. And as you can see, the year is hurtling ahead of us, and it's almost Christmas and it's almost New Year.
Oh, so
Um,
fast.
I know it's crazy, yeah. So what does the new year look like for you? What are your plans for next year?
Oh boy, I got some
Sort of a
big
big
plans
question. Don't have to answer it.
coming up. Yeah. Oh, look at you. I'm actually going to be writing a solo book, just about my whole journey, really sharing with everybody. So that will be out next July. So I'm just getting started on that. So I'm really excited about getting that out. And I'm going to be speaking in some summits coming up in January and
Wow.
February in different cities. So I'm going to be sharing with women, just empowering, sharing my story and helping other people. And those are like my big, those are like my big things coming up in the near future, along with
I saw,
keeping my coaching clients. Yeah. So.
yeah. I saw on your profile that it looked like that you have done speaking at some events before because um,
Mhm.
you seem to be on stage or on the red carpet of some events of sorts. Um,
I've been on the, yes, I went to actually, I forgot to share this part. I went to the Emmys event, the
oh,
gifting
cool.
suite, and that was just a few months back. And I'm invited to go to, I just forgot about that when we're talking, in February, I'm going to be going to the Oscars. I'm going to be doing celebrity interviews for different, I'm not sure the people yet, but I'm going
Yeah,
to be doing some interviews for that. So that'll be really exciting in
that's
this
so
group that I'm
good.
in.
That's so amazing. Um, so walk us through what it looks like to be a speaker at an event and maybe the feelings you have before going up on stage and how it feels to be out there and Yeah,
Oh,
just walk
just
us
the
through the
nerves.
journey.
Yeah, let me just tell you like a little bit about me. I've had anxiety since I was a kid. So
Yeah, me
like
too.
yeah, like big time. Just a lot of my dad was in the military, so I was the army little army brat, and so I moved every year all through my childhood. I was moving a lot, so it was just always meeting new people, but just a lot of bouncing around, and so just had have some anxiety, just always meeting new kids at school and different things. But I've learned to channel it. The last few years, I've been really working on that, working on that part of myself. But still, you get the nerves, But I think it's just really channeling within and just knowing that we got it and just being ourselves. That really helps me a lot to not overthink and block, like freeze. So just kind of just staying with, like what I want to get out to people and really serving people. So I'm not thinking just about like how I look, just do this for them. And, for people that I want to share with, and it helps really not to like overthink, which is what I would do. So that's really helped me a lot.
And do you um plan out what you're going to say, or do you just speak off the cuff when you're on stage, or a combination of the two?
Kind of a combination. I do try and prepare, like, I mean, take some time to, prepare like at least the areas of what the talk will be about. But usually it kind of just comes more naturally when I'm talking, just like when I'm talking to you right now, just not really like having to write it all down or, just kind of go with it. And then something messes up, it's okay. We
That's
all
okay.
through the mistakes is we
How
show
we
that we're
grow.
really how we
Yeah.
grow and
Yeah.
learn. So
Yeah, I mean, with the podcast, I don't generally script them either. I just let the conversation flow as if it's like a fireside
very
chat without the
natural.
fire, right?
Mhm.
Um, maybe I
It
should
makes it
get a
nice. No,
fireplace in the
it's
back
a
here.
it's a lot more comfortable. Sure, it's very comfortable in your podcast. No, I really
Thank
like
you.
it.
Absolute pleasure. That's what I aim to do. Um, and if you had to leave the viewers with you know, a message, what would you say to them?
I would say to all of you out there, you are not your limitations. You are not the things that they do not define you. Everything that we feel like is so big, is that is not true. And we can overcome these things, and we can ignite our light and transform our life. We can really not be defined by the things that we think are so big. If it's a diagnosis, or if it's not just a health limitation, it could be just things that we've told ourselves over the years, that we don't have to really let that become who we are, and we can be anything we want to be.
That's such a beautiful sentiment. It's actually something that my mom always said to me. She always believed that I could be anything or do anything that
Of
I
course.
wanted. And to have someone have that belief in you is so important in life. And um, you know, I do encourage the viewers, if you're in a situation in life and you don't really have the confidence or you don't believe in yourself right now, there's someone right here that you can reach out to and that can instill that belief that you might be lacking at the moment. Um, just for meeting Sonia for the first time, she seems like such a kind person and someone that I would love to have had in my corner in some of the dark days of my life. Um, and so yeah, if you need someone like her, reach out. I'll put all the details in the description. And thank you for being with us here today, Sonia. It was an
Oh,
absolute
thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you so much. This has been my pleasure to be here with you. This has been an amazing opportunity, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. All right, everyone. This is yet another awesome episode of Success Builders, and I'm leaving you with the usual message to always dream big and build bigger. Till next time. Cheers.
Bye.